I think they're playing fast and they understand their scheme. They're playing physical with a lot of confidence, and they've had a lot of success. They've done a nice job. I mean, against three pretty tough, pretty good offenses, they've held those guys in check, probably to some of their lows for the whole season. So, playing. I think the thing jumps off the film. They're doing a nice job tackling. They're playing physical, and it's going to be a tough one.
Just coming up the off week, just what are the biggest benefits you kind of have seen the team with that week off? Biggest benefits into coming into this week of practice to prepare for this game?
I just think anytime you're taking a little bit of a week off mentally and physically, I know we've had a couple guys back knocked up a little bit on both sides of the ball, and to get those guys back physically, and then I think guys just to kind of take a little bit of a mental after seven weeks of rolling and coming out of camp to come back, and guys feel like they're refreshed, and I felt like there was a lot of good energy today at practice.
How did you know when Aiden was ready?
Ready
to put on the field.
Yeah, I think during training camp, I think it was one of the last scrimmages we put him with the first group and let him roll, and he went in there, and the defense threw him some different looks, and he moved the ball down the field, made some big plays, and it wasn't too big for him, and so we wanted to get him some looks early in the first couple games. Some of them when the score was a little bit out of hand, to get him, see if he was ready, and I thought he did a nice job handling that, and has stayed with the preparation through the week, and we felt very confident putting him out there.
When did the plan come together with wanting to play him in the third series of these games? How did it come together?
I think it was Jonathan and I just sitting down and felt like he did a nice job with the opportunities that he had in the non-conference games, that we wanted to kind of keep him progressing and get him some action and ready if something were to happen to DJ.
How's it looked?
He's been pretty good. He's had a couple short fields on the last, I think in the Cal game and the last one where he started his drives at the plus 25. Hopefully that continues this week when he gets in there.
A lot of self-evaluation during the bye week. Was there something you saw on film that you guys really want to hammer out? You hammered out during the practices during the bye week and then going forward?
Yeah, I think there's a number of stuff that, you look at yourself as coaches, self-scout-wise, of things you're doing well, things you want to improve at. I think that one thing that jumped off for us is just eliminating pre-snap penalties. We had, particularly in the UCLA game, I think 4 of them on offense that, you can control and set us back and, prevented us from staying on the field on a couple drives against those guys. So I think going on the road, that's always something that you're emphasizing, and that's something that we've talked about with those guys is dialing in the quarterback snap count and holding our water when we're trying to use that snap count to our advantage.
How does it feel to call an offense that's this balanced?
It's good. That's what we're striving for is to be able to run it well and throw it well and be able to keep people off balance that way, and if they load up in one area or the other, that you feel like you're able to make them pay. And so I've been pleased with the progression of the passing game the last 2 or 3 games, where I felt like DJ's settling in, the offensive line has been protecting, and then the wideouts, tight ends, because guys have been making plays down the field, and it's fun when when they kind of keep playing off each other and been able to get into a little bit of a rhythm. It's been nice.
You guys have played a couple of really good defenses the last 2 games here at home. What was the biggest difference for more success against UCLA?
I don't know about more. Those guys, both those defenses were, among the best in the conference. I think that the defense, we had some really good field position in the UCLA game that allowed for maybe a little bit more points. I think we had a defensive touchdown as well, that pick 6 before half, which helped too. But no, I thought it was our guys. We felt like it was a challenge for them. They like playing against the best competition, and I thought they did a nice job of preparing that week in practice, and it showed up on the game day.
When you watch video of DJ early in the season in the last few games, what looks different with him?
I think it's just the comfort level and in the system. He just looks so much more comfortable, particularly in the passing game, just with maybe the second or third reads in the progression of where those things might hit. And then I think he's seeing the defensive stuff better as well. And I think in the first couple games, it's just system was still a little new. You could see him really kind of thinking a little bit too much, and now that he's got some games under the belt running our stuff, and to go out and have some success that way, I feel like he's playing with more confidence, and to me he just seems more settled in, more comfortable with what we're doing.
I feel like the bye week is a good week just to reflect as a staff on. Whoa, camera down. I'll hold this here. Just kind of reflect on how far you guys have come this season. Just as an offense, just how far do you feel like this team has come since fall camp, and where do you kind of see this offense going from now until the end of the Pac-12 season?
I feel like we've gotten better and we've kept improving, and I felt like a lot of that had to do with our play at the quarterback position. And DJ, I feel like the last 2 or 3 weeks has really been doing a nice job of taking care of the football, making good decisions, and doing a nice job distributing it around. And we've been able to make it physical and run the ball, the past couple years, and to have that pass game come along, it's been really nice to be able to kind of take advantage of people that. When you play us, I think that's the first thing defensive coordinators are always talking about is they want to stop the run, and you have the pass game to be able to complement it and keep them off balance. I think that's been huge, and would like to keep building off of that and continue to have the QB play at a high level. And I think that having that pass game to complement the run, I think that just love to keep seeing that progress as we go through the next 5 games.
You've had 3 receivers that have really kind of caught fire these last 3 games. Is that DJ? Is that are they running better routes? Are they more what do you think is a real driving factor behind that?
No, those guys are. They're in those positions, and I felt like when the pass game's clicking and we're protecting and the QB's getting making the correct reads, I think it's just naturally going to happen through the system. And I do feel like a lot of that has to do with the QB and. Us protecting him, giving the opportunity to make those decisions, and then him doing a nice job distributing the ball and getting to the right spot. And those guys are out there, and I think those catches will just naturally happen through the system.
Watching the Arizona Wazoo highlights, their defense, the Wildcats' defense, what'd you see?
Yeah. Like earlier I said, to me it was a defense that really has a great understanding of their scheme, very sound in what they do, and it allows them to play really fast, really physical. And I just feel like it's a defense that coming off, they really held USC to 28 in the Coliseum there before going into overtimes. But just to me, it seems like they're playing a lot of real confident, and they've done a nice job versus some pretty explosive offenses. So we've got our hands full for sure.
The bye week is a big week for recruiting. Just with the kind of uncertainty next year, just what has your guys' message been to the recruits this past week, just about what the future looks like for this program?
Yeah, no, we're trying to be honest with them, and I think and let them know as much information as we know right now. And I think more so for us is just talking, selling what we have, and the culture we have here, and the coaching staff, and what we've been able to build as far through the last 6 years, and Oregon State University in general. Continuing to sell that, and then when we get more information on what's going to happen with conference-wise and all that, then we've told them we'll let them know.
In regards to Tolley, what are you seeing from him this season that's a step above what he was doing last year?
I just think consistency, and I just think he's probably he's playing with really good pad level. I think for me the biggest jump in it, to me, I think guys is like mentally, his understanding of our scheme and what defenses are, how they're trying to attack him, and I just think it allows him to anticipate things a little bit better. So I think his to me understanding of defenses. That way, I think is something that stood out to me. Coach M would probably be able to take that to a little bit deeper level.